All right, I've listened to different submissions from some set of people that seem to be bitter, angry, and upset that I, Very Dark Man, was invited to the NBA conference teamed Beyond Limit to come and speak as a panelist in a topic called Unknown Gunmen. So a lot of people have dropped their submission, and a lot of them are pointless. But then again, I listened to Femi Falana. When I listened to Femi Falana, I'm not going to lie to you, I was so disappointed in the great Femi Falana. I was really disappointed. But then again, after he spoke, I understood why a lot of them were upset. Femi Falana gave me the answer as to why a lot of this set of people seem to be very upset. This set of lawyers, this set of elites, this set of noble people, as they claim. I understand why they are so upset. And I will play what Femi Falana said.
Caused a bit of controversy. I do know that lawyers were divided over whether or not social media activist VDM ought to have been invited as well. What did you make of that?
In those days, the NBA brought individuals who had paid their dues, who were coming to engage lawyers intellectually. We wanted to learn from them, and so the NBA was not our conferences were not. None of our conference was in fact show in the past. So if you are bringing in an expert to discuss the security of the country, either from the private or public sector, such an individual must have contributed to the security architecture of the country. But when you bring people who have nothing to do with the security of the country, there are problems. It's like talking about media freedom, press freedom. You are going to bring practitioners in that field, either in the academics or in the newsroom, but to just go and bring somebody from nowhere to come and entertain you, there are problems with that. And I think that was the problems associated with that particular lecturer, individual.
Well, I'm sure that I do not.
So after Femi Falana gave his own submission, he said something. He said, but you just go and bring somebody from nowhere. And that is the problem. Their problem is that the son of a nobody was invited. That is just simply what has been going on the media. And Femi Falana just made it clear to me. You just go and bring somebody from nowhere. Who know him? Who is his father? Who knows his family? Where's his family name? Like, who are they? What do they have? What business do they have? What empire do they have? The problem these people have is that the son of a nobody was invited to come and speak where elites are seated, where no names are seated. Who is this person? Who is this son of a poor man? Who is this son of a nobody that wants to feel like a somebody? Who invited him in our midst? Who is this nobody? This has been the problem. Classism. These are a bunch of classists. All of them, I listened to what they have said. I listened to their submission. Why would they invite Very Dark Man? Why would they invite Very Dark Man? Somebody like Very Dark Man. Who is Very Dark Man that was invited? Why would they? I listened to a lot of them. None of them could make any sense to me until he spoke. Then I understood what it was. The son of a nobody was invited to their conference, and that is the problem. Then they go and max it up with this talk of, you would have invited a security expert. Which security expert are you talking about? Security expert that advised them that when they arrest Boko Haram that have killed millions, they should rehabilitate them and send them back to the society? Is that the security expert we are talking about? Which nonsense security expert are we talking about here? You are masking your hypocrisy, your classism self is not an expert of security. What expert are we talking about? I'm going to ask the great Femi Falana and the likes of him that think this way a question. Lately, in the last few years, I have been present where all these things have happened. I have seen things that a lot of security experts have not seen. This is not about book. It's not about book. It's about experience. And when you want to talk about security, security is for everybody. Security is not for some set of people. And this has been the problem. Because people feel you are too good. You know better about security than everybody else. The kind of things when I don't see, a lot of them I never see for this country when it comes to waiting this unknown gunmen don't do people. But of course, you people don't care. Because now the poor masses now in the suffer. How would you care? How would you care? What took me there? I made it known because I know saying how waiting poor people they go through. I spoke up what the poor people are going through, and because this government cannot do anything, I spoke in the presence of these people where they could hear it properly. I spoke on behalf of the poor masses. I spoke on behalf of the poor people. I spoke on behalf of the people that don't have a voice. But yet you people are not happy because the son of nobody was seen in your midst. I'm now talking about law. This bunch of clowns are telling me that law is a noble profession. Well, lately, law has not been a noble profession. I'm sorry to say. I'm not even sorry to say. It is what it is. Lately, when people want justice, who do they call? They call very dark man. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed to be a lawyer in this country? That people don't longer believe in the justice system of this country. They believe in very dark man type of justice. Are you not ashamed? And you have the audacity to say law is a noble profession. A noble profession that rich men are buying judgment every day. That the poor don't believe that they can get justice in the court? Is that what is noble about that? When people can pay for judgment, what is noble about that? Have you forgotten the meaning of noble?
So guys, this is the most important part for me in this very dark man's response to Falana. The spirit of classism, the practice of classism is a major challenge in Nigeria. And when I heard this point very dark man made, it made me to remember the speech of great King Martin Luther Day Jr. When he said that I have a dream that one day the sons of the rich and the sons of the poor will sit down on one table and eat together. I have a dream that someday my children will not be judged by their color and by their sizes, but by their character. It was because in those days, even till present times, people are still carrying that mentality of classism. And that's why election in Nigeria, to a greater extent, is a scam. Because it is controlled by these people that have that mindset of classism. They already have that mentality of classism. They only use us as a tool to an end. So whenever they need us, they come to us. They change their clothing. They put on the apparel of an average man, an apparel of a poor man. And immediately they get what they want. Using the Osun State election as an instance, they return back to their friends, to their cohort. They return back to their allies. Those persons that are of the same value, the same class, the same belief and objective with them. So at this point, with this particular, I feel very bad because somebody like Femi Falana, an advocate of truth, which we know him for, an advocate of sincerity, which we knew him for, but now has decided to resort to classism because the spots of a leopard cannot be taken out of him. It is a mindset. And that's why Nigerian youth, we need to wake up. It is the right time we need to wake up and realize that these old people, this old cargo, they don't have our good interests at heart. They don't have our good interests at heart. I feel like crying, especially when I remember the emphasis of Martin Luther King, the Jr. And I'm going to allow us listen to all the points he raised. That in the 21st century, we're still suffering the issue of religion, tribe, and classism, especially when it decides things that have national concerns, things that have to do with nation building. Let me allow you to watch the end. Please, at the end of the day, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to comment respectfully, don't forget to share and to subscribe to this channel so that when relevant and important contents like this drop, you'll be among those that will view it. Thank you. Just kindly watch the end. Cheers.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, "Free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last."